Thank you, Human. Thank you for sharing with the whole Altitude audience what a silly young man I was, and one of the instances in which I was like horribly wrong about something. So I really appreciate that. No, I don't think I really believed that even at the time. Honestly, I was just pushing Arthur's buttons, which is a fun thing to do. So if you see him in any of the breaks, like, please give it a shot. Actually, I'm going to talk about innovation today. I'm going to talk about the ways that we innovate and that our customers innovate on our platform every day to create new value. Let me say just a little bit about myself. I have been on this stage before. There's been a lot of election talk already, but I'm going to layer on just a little bit more because I was on this stage after the 2016 election when I was the CTO of the New York Times, and I gave a little talk about that. And I'd like to say that that night, me and my team, we didn't have to worry about keeping the site up or the performance of the New York Times, getting the news to the people. Like, that was all handled. We just had to worry about the future of democracy. It's another story. We're not going to talk about that today. I do want to mention Jana Iyengar, who is the VP of Product for Network Services, my partner in crime. He's here today as well, so if you see him and you want to get more details on anything I'm talking about, he's a great resource, so please seek him out. So what are we building for? There are three things that we always keep top of mind: speed, control, and innovation. Always in our sites as we plan our work and we work on our roadmaps. I'm going to give you some examples. So first, speed. This is the only time today you're going to see a Fastly side that says speed and doesn't have a picture of a Formula One car. So I don't know. I'm not really a car person. I only care about computers. That's just me. I don't know. So let's move this along. The first thing, we never forget our bread and butter, right? We're always working to extend our network, to get a little closer to the edge, closer to your users so that you can be faster. That means sub-millisecond time to first byte at the 99th percentile all around the world. That sounds like a bunch of words. That's actually like really incredible. Again, as a former customer, that's not something I thought I would see. And also fastest purge times in the business, and that's something that we continue to work on and try to improve all the time. We fully support QUIC. QUIC is a new protocol underlying HTTP 3. It uses UDP for transport, so you get lower latencies and more resilient connections. And it's real. It has a real impact. Our customer, Love Holidays, saw an 18% improvement in overall performance when they enable QUIC. And that's real world impact. I want to say a little more about this. This is the IETF spec for QUIC. And if you look up there in the top, what is that, right, left, you're going to see the name I just mentioned, Jana Iyengar. So this is what I love about working at Fastly. Jana co-wrote and co-edited the QUIC spec. He worked on it for 9 years, really worked to shepherd QUIC through the whole industry. And now he's here making sure that we can take full advantage and that you can take full advantage of the innovations in QUIC. So especially if you have questions about QUIC, please seek out Jana. He's going to be really embarrassed. I'm actually doing this to embarrass him. So if you find him, that'll be fun for everybody. Hope you enjoy. So let's talk a little about control. We aim to give you total control over our fabric. These are a couple of ways that we're working to extend your ability to control our platform. Reserved cache. Reserved cache is going to be in beta next month. The name still, I'm told, might be beta, so when it gets to GA, it might have a different name, but I want to talk about it anyway. It's really important new functionality for us. Basically, it allows you to reserve cache space so you can control your cache hit rate, your eviction rate. You can really dial in the origin offload that you want and that you need, and you can protect your origin and protect your egress. So if you need to, you can actually manage. You can keep your whole working set in cache and really prevent almost all your egress if that's something that's important for you to do. So it's a really, really powerful tool to protect your origin and to cut down on your origin egress. I am in engineering. I'm not in product, so I get to talk about work in progress, the stuff that's not quite done yet. That's how I feel about it anyway. I hope my friends in product agree because I'm going to do it. We've been putting a lot of work into giving you the power to control where your data goes. So where your flows go, where your configurations sit, especially where your secrets sit, where your logging data goes. And that's, behind that is a major step forward in how we're routing traffic across the network. When this work is complete, we're going to have the ability to process a request anywhere on the network, regardless of where it hits our edge, and we're going to expose that control to you. So I think that's the first piece of this that's going to be available is called compliance routing, and that specifically gives you the ability to pin a service in a specific region where you want it to run. So that's first step. Much more to come on this. It should be good. Also a work in progress. We're working hard on giving you the ability to deploy Fastly anywhere. Archer mentioned this. To me, it's inspired in part by our WAF, which today you have the ability to run as an agent on your own infrastructure. You can run it in a reverse proxy in AWS, and most excitingly for me, you can run it on our edge as well. We want to give you the ability to do that with all of what Fastly brings. So you'll be able to deploy Fastly, again, anywhere on your infrastructure, in your own data centers, but also in maybe your stores or a factory floor, like any location that you have where you have an edge. You'll be able to run it in the cloud of your choice, anywhere that you can run Kubernetes. So again, anywhere you have an edge and you want to take advantage of the power, the speed, the control, the programmability, and security that Fastly gives you. And we call this Fastly Anywhere. We innovate on our platform just like you do. Like you, we continue to discover new ways to leverage the capabilities of the platform to create value. And here are some of the ways that we're innovating, or in some cases co-innovating with our customers right now. Fan out. We are bringing WebSockets to the edge. This is going to be, it's in LA now, it's going to be in general availability in January. We purchased a company called Fanout earlier in the year, and we are completing the process of bringing their push infrastructure to our edge. And that's going to give us and you the ability to leverage PubSub at the edge and manage one-to-many communications with your clients. Privacy proxy. We worked with Apple to build Privacy Proxy, which is a 2-hop proxy that uses quick and blind signatures to ensure that all Safari users, that their browsing histories remain their own. There is no hop in this flow that you see that has enough information to be able to match an end user to a destination. And that's exciting. We're excited to apply that design in other contexts to help to create a safer and more private web, which is something that is really important to us. So I want to just summarize a little bit what's next for network services, what are the big things that are coming very, very soon, and that's reserved caching and compliance routing. And again, reserved caching gives you the ability to dial in just the amount of origin offload that you need for your application, and to minimize your eviction to whatever degree you need to. And compliance routing, which gives you the ability to pin your service in the region that you want to run it in. So that's coming in both in the beginning of next year and much more to come after that. So that's exciting. I'd love to share these innovation stories, but I'm even happier now because we're going to get to hear an innovation story directly from one of my favorite customers, Bell Media. They're going to talk to you about how they're using Fastly to improve the speed, control, and visibility of their media network and giving their teams a great developer experience in the process.